Yes, I did think it was strange. But Sakia said that the spirit world is just like that. Strange things happen.
From the point of view of a human, surely it must seem that odd and dubious things happen here. But there is rhyme and reason in everything that happens in our world. The reason here is simple. You did not actually travel here to the spirit world via a portal or any other means usually taken.
You're saying that I'm dead?
Yes, in a manner of speaking, that is. To be more exact, in the human world you are currently in a coma, so you are only mostly dead. Your soul traveled here, and souls do not originally wear clothing. Souls also do not carry physical injury.
But if I'm just a ghost, then I should be able to go through walls and whatnot, right? Why can't I do that?
You are not a ghost. Ghosts are spirits of the deceased that are tied to a person, object, or location. You are simply a soul. Souls are quite solid here.
So what will happen to Nara if her mortal body dies? How do you even know she'll last the month?
There is precedence showing that souls who travel to the spirit world during the month of the festival are protected. No harm can come to your body while your soul is here. It is as if you are hibernating. Once the festival is over, however, that protection is gone. Your body will begin to age and eventually die without the proper care.
Not to mention that the time difference between our two worlds will go back to normal after the festival. Huh.
Why can't I just go home now?
This is a month of celebration for spirits and souls. Souls can come to the spirit world, but they cannot leave until the end of the festival. You are bound to this world until the festival is over.
And if I go home too late?
If you return home after your mortal body is dead, then one of two things will happen. One, if you feel content with your life, then your soul will pass on. At that point, either I or my partner will come to ferry you to the underworld, depending on whether your soul is black or white. What happens to your soul after that is dependent on factors that I am not authorized to explain. Two, if you feel exceedingly discontent with your life, then you might become a ghost. Ghosts are not under my jurisdiction, so I cannot give you much information on that. However, I know that there are many departments dedicated to making sure that ghosts do not harm people. If, as a ghost, you put others in danger, then you may have exorcists sent after you.
And what if she decides to just stay here?
This is not her world. Her friends and family are all waiting for her in the human world.
Who cares about any of that? Look, Nara, there's no reason for you to go back to the human world. Just stay here. You can't walk there. Hell, you can barely even stand up, right? And it's a pretty boring place, isn't it? You don't have any real attachment to it, I can tell.
That's...
If you did, you would have been crying and pleading to go home when my sisters found you. But you weren't, were you? Just stay here. It's what's best for you.
Are you truly thinking of what is best for her, or is that simply what is best for you?
And what is that supposed to mean?
You are being too cruel. Do you honestly think that taking Nara away from her world, her family, her friends, and everything she knows, is what is best for her?
Yes! What, are you saying she should just go home, live out the rest of her life while sitting in a chair, and wait for you to come collect her soul? Like that's a better deal? That's not living!
That's enough. Don't talk about me like I'm not here. I'm the only one who's going to decide what's best for me. Mr. Death God.
White Impermanence.
Okay, is there another name we can call you by? Because I'm not going to say that over and over. It's too long and difficult to pronounce.
White Impermanence is merely my job title. My given name is Shuye, and you may call me by that name if it is easier for you.
Well, why didn't you just say so from the beginning?
Those under my jurisdiction or who work with me are not in the habit of being familiar with me. I am not used to people wanting to know my name.
Okay, well, Shuye then. I have about a month before I can go back home. Am I understanding that right?
That is correct. You have a window of time right at the end of the festival when you will be able to leave this world, and the time flow will not have changed yet.
So, in the meantime...
You may do as you wish in the meantime. I merely have to continue watching over you in order to keep track of your soul's virtue alignment. As I said before, your soul is currently gray. If it becomes white, then you will be under my jurisdiction. If, however, you lose virtue and your soul becomes black...
Then Black Impermanence takes over.
That is correct.
I've heard lots of stories about him, and none of them good.
Black Impermanence. Is he really that notorious? He's your counterpart, isn't he, Shuye?
Hayato, that is, Black Impermanence, is my closest friend. I have known him for almost my entire life, and he is good at what he does. However, I would not wish for him to take your soul. I would not wish that upon anyone. Please be a good and virtuous person so that he will not have to. Now, I have said that you may do what you wish before the festival is over, but if I am to be honest, I believe it would be much easier if you came along with me rather than stayed in this house.
Huh? Why's that?
I have many duties, many spirits, and people to attend to. If you come with me to the underworld, I will more easily be able to watch over you. Moreover, you will have a very comfortable place to stay and want for nothing.
Maybe, but if you're asking me to come to the underworld with you, that's not exactly a great vacation spot or anything.
It is not as scary and fiery a place as many believe. Think of it like an underground city, full of sights and hidden treasures.
What? You can't go to the underworld!
And why not?
Well, because you just can't! It's the underworld. Besides, I can't set foot in there.
Compelling reasons you've got there.
I am not asking you to make a decision now. You have undoubtedly been through much since arriving in this world.
That's for sure.
Could I ask for you to make a decision after 3 days? Please think carefully about whether you would prefer to stay here with Hayato and his family, or in the underworld for the rest of the month.
Hey, how do you know my name?
You are a good soul and so are under my jurisdiction, but barely. See to it that you stay virtuous, or else you will be preyed upon by that Black Impermanence you've heard so much about.
You really don't pull any punches, do you?
Think on it, Nara. I will be in the area for the next 3 days, so if you have need of me, then find me. I will be glad to speak with you at any time you wish.
But I'm sure you'll make the right decision and stay with us 3 days from now, right, Nara? Your silence sure is inspiring.
Nara! Good afternoon. You're up and about pretty late today.
Last night I couldn't really get to sleep somehow.
Well, you had a lot to think about.
Yeah, that's true. In any case, what are you all doing?
Preparing for lunch. We just sent Hayato out a few minutes ago to go hunt something in the forest for us.
This is a good chance to push them closer together.
Oh, right! Actually, now that we're thinking about it, you should totally go after him.
Me? Why?
Hayato is always goofing off and takes way longer to come home than he should. If you're there with him, though, you can make sure he stays on track and doesn't wander off. We can trust you to be strict with him, right? Besides, the sooner he gets back, the sooner we can eat.
I am pretty hungry. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to keep an eye on him for a while.
Great! You're really helping us out, Nara. Thanks! Hayato went to the forest. Just take the front gate and head northwest and you'll find a spring. It's his favorite hunting spot, so it's probably where you'll find him.
That sounds pretty vague. What if I get lost?
Just come back to the house then. The forest isn't that big. Or you could just yell, "Yato, please save me, I need you," at the top of your lungs. I'm sure he'd rush over right away.
You know, I get the distinct impression that I'm being set up.
Nonsense! What gave you that idea?
Northwest, northwest. How am I supposed to tell where I am with this? Is this the place Sakia was talking about? What if there's more than one spring here? Anyway, my legs are tired, so I might as well take a break and sit here for a while.